Another aspect of what's going on with this, and this is more on the extreme side, but I've noticed that it's starting to become a little bit more popular, and that is grave soaking or grave sucking or passing the mantle. There's different variations of what they're doing. Basically, what it is, it's about laying upon graves, upon dead people, or hugging onto tombstones to try and suck anointing, to try to soak in the mantle, to get some type of spiritual something that was left behind when that person died. Along with it is communication with the dead. Now, we see this a lot with what's going on with Bethel. And if we take a look at Beni Johnson, the late Beni Johnson, she passed away, is Bill Johnson's wife, not ex-wife, but whatever the term is, I can't think of it. But she was an advocate for this. You can see in this post where she is laying upon the tomb, or the stone there, of C.S. Lewis, trying to suck in some anointing. And then you can even see some of the comments of her followers. Grab some for me. I could grab some for me too. Wow, this would be awesome. This is great. Oh, my dream. All this stuff. So not only was she a part of this, but she's bringing people in. Here's another one of her where it says things I do, and she's hugging onto Charles Finney's tombstone. This is grave sucking or grave soaking. This is about getting some type of spiritual something from a dead body. As we know, as biblically sound Christians, the moment we die, our soul passes on. There's nothing left. So that's what's going on as far as the Bethel stuff. Now, some of you might be a fan of shows like The Chosen, or if you just saw the recent movie Jesus Revolution. There's a guy by the name of Jonathan Roumie. I have an entire series that I've talked about: Dallas Jenkins, The Chosen, Jonathan Roumie. I break it all down. Well, he just continues to show the type of person he is. When he was preparing for the role for Jesus Revolution, he's involved with grave soaking and communication with the dead. Check this out.
Before I started work, I went over to Christ Cathedral, and I sat by his grave and I prayed a rosary with him. The space just to his right is empty, so I got to sit down, or lie. At one point, I even lied down because I just thought it would be kind of interesting to try to connect in some way. And I said, Lonnie, I want to honor you with this film, and I really want to bring justice and the testament to the gifts of God's grace and powers that you displayed while you were on this earth. And so if this is a good idea that I do this film, have somebody give me a sign. Give me a sign, have God give me a sign. And the minute the words left my mouth, behind me there was a door open to the cathedral, and this giant cord rang out for about 5 seconds. So I heard that and I was like, okay, thanks for that.
All right. He decided to prepare for his role. He was going to go lay down next to the grave of Lonnie Frisbee there, and not only try and, suck in some of what's going on, but he prayed a rosary to communicate with the dead man and ask for a sign from him. And he didn't ask God for a sign. No, he asked Lonnie to tell God for a sign. So we've got Jonathan Roumie here. I'm not going to go any deeper on that. You can check out the other stuff I've talked about before. It's all on my channel. But he's practicing grave soaking. Of course, with him being a devout Catholic, he prayed the rosary and he was communicating with the dead to intervene, to speak to God rather than, just ask God, talk to God. We're seeing more and more and more of this type of stuff, and this is becoming more and more popular. We saw what's going on with the Bethel Church. We see it with Jonathan Roumie, which I firmly believe he is a major tool in the bringing in, the ushering of the one world religion.